what is the deepest weight at Senior Nationals this weekend? Senior Nationals is taking place this weekend in Fort Worth, Texas, and it's going to be a doozy. There are going to be some incredible matches with a very crowded field of wrestlers. Now, before I get into that, I just want to let you know that this video is brought to you by Colat Wrestling Camps. These are camps for junior high and high school wrestlers who want to continue their college careers wrestling or improve their technique. There are 3 options for camps running June and July of 2020. If you're interested, go to colatwrestlingcamps.com or check the link in the description below. Now, to let you know about Senior Nationals, if you're not familiar with the process, the top 5 wrestlers, the top 5 placers from Senior Nationals this weekend will move on to the Olympic trials in April and be able to compete for a chance to be on the Olympic team in 2020 in Tokyo. There are all 3 styles of wrestling this weekend: women's freestyle, men's freestyle, and Greco-Roman. The big one I want to talk about in this video is the men's freestyle, because I think there's just so much competition going on. You look at every single weight from 57 kilos all the way up to 125. Looking at 65, okay, yeah, Yianni, Jordan Oliver, Frank Molinaro, who already faced off with Yianni over the past year. You got Jaden Ironman, who's the only guy to beat Yianni in college, actually. You have Bryce Meredith, as well as Joey McKenna, Dom Demas, Dean Heil, who's a 2-time national champ. This is a loaded weight, but you move up to 74 kilos, and I think that 65 is the second most stacked weight class going into Senior Nationals. I think it has a chance. I think that it could be number 1. You could definitely argue that, but I think that it is number 2. 74 kilos, you got Mikhail Lewis, Chance Marceller. Moving on up, you just have so many wrestlers. I think Ringer and Zahid Valencia could be going at it against each other at 86 kilos. But don't forget about Aaron Brooks, who is now wrestling at Penn State. He's pulled his red shirt. He's wrestling going into the mix this weekend, which is part of the reason you don't see Penn State going to a lot of tournaments this year, is because they're training their guys for the Olympics. They want to get the guys onto that squad. And then just moving on up every single weight, you have guys from Kyvan Gadsden, Colin Moore, up to Kirk Fleet, Kassar, Tony Nelson at the heavyweight, which is going to be very exciting. But the most stacked weight, it's got to be 57 kilograms. It's got to be 57 kilograms. Please let me know if you disagree in the description, in the comments below, because I think this is just a stacked weight. Let me pull up who's going to be at 57 kilograms at Senior Nationals. So these are the guys who are going to be at Senior Nationals. Big weight. You have multiple national champions at the same weight class, including Spencer Lee, NATO. You have Nashon Garrett, Darian Cruz, Vito. Vito's not a national champ, but he's an All-American. So many of these guys are national champs or All-Americans. Incredible. Now, Spencer Lee right now has the number 1 seed going into the tournament, and I think that's very interesting. You also have Nick Soriano, who I believe is registered, but he may be a walk-in, but that's why he's not seeded right now. But Nick Soriano is another guy who is definitely in that mix and going to give Spencer Lee a run for his money. Of course, last year's national champ, the 25 versus 33, could be interesting to see what happens here. Of course, it is in freestyle, it's not in folk style, but it'll be interesting to see where they match up. People, I think, forget that Spencer Lee is such a good freestyle wrestler. He is a cadet world champ. He is a 2-time junior world champion, but people still forget how good Spencer Lee is. He has probably one of the best freestyle resumes out of any of these wrestlers, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, Lee has wrestled Soriano before. Last time they wrestled was in the national finals at 125, and I'm not going to lie, I was rooting absolutely for Spencer Lee. Spencer Lee is a guy from around my hometown, so I'm interested. I'm always rooting for local guys. Soriano, of course, being out of New Jersey, Spencer Lee being out of Pennsylvania. And then you also have NATO in that mix, who all 3 of these guys have kind of they've wrestled each other in college, but we haven't seen what a couple of these guys have done since college, and this is one of the first real tests to see all of this. And then looking back at like a Sean Russell or Frank Pirelli, I think those and even a Corey Clark, all of those guys who I haven't been following as much from since they've graduated college, but throw them in the mix, who guys have been training, and that's going to be really, really exciting to see this weekend. And that is going to be live on Flow, I believe. So make sure that you check that out because it's going to be a heck of a tournament.